Okay, where are we? What we doing? 'Tis Daisy, and we're in the north still. Gosh, where's my map? Hang on. Bom, 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 bom. It's number 5, and we're here. You see that blue dot? You're going to have to put this in full screen if you want to see what I'm looking at. This is a small complex here. There's the blue dot, and it's just north of the airfield. I can't make it slide because I haven't got all of the map. So, north of the north west airfield is where we are. This farm complex, well worth a visit, by the way, if you are. It's at the moment unfinished. We have that water tower, water tower. And all of these roads and things, and there aren't any more buildings, but there are buildings here, and they has loot. Couple of tin sheds, big red barn, 2 cow barns, a machine barn, whole row of garages, which are normally pretty good. My health is, I am healthy, reasonably well kitted. Would love to find the big scope for that, not quite sure why, but I do, because, well, you've got to collect all the things. And it's normal looting. Not sure, haven't made my mind up yet where I'm going to go. And what I'm going to do next. It'll probably involve going east, and it'll probably involve staying at the top half of the map. Because you are rarely, if ever, going to find me on the south coast. I really have no need, reason or desire to go to the south coast. There's people sat there just blooming fist fighting each other and running around in their underwear with axes, chasing each other around, forcing bleach down each other's throats. Nah, you'll not be getting me involved in any of that shenanigans. Some of the things I'm hearing on Reddit of what is actually going on down there on the south coast, it makes me feel like I'm playing a completely different game. The game I'm playing and the game they're playing, you know, bandits taking people prisoner, force feeding them poison, things like that. Does make you wonder sometimes. The humanity. So I'll not be getting involved in any of that shenanigans, and I will basically play the game the way I've always played the game. If I looked in there, don't know. Which involves exploration and survival. There will come a point where I have visited the whole of the map and I know my way around completely, these new sections in the north, and then maybe the game will mutate into something else. But as it stands at the moment, oh, I've got a drink in my hands, hands must be full. As it stands at the moment, there's lots to explore. Survival is tricky. You've got to get yourself healthy, keep yourself healthy. There's a few medical supplies I would like to be able to pick up, like antibiotics and stuff, so that I can help maintain my health, because basically health is everything in the game. It is a game of survival, and keep away from the Muppets on the south coast, because I have absolutely no intention of allowing myself to be caught by some bloomin' bandits and forced to drink, be force-fed disinfectant. Why that was added as a feature in the game, I really don't know. Because you know if it's there, they'll use it. If you give them the ability to force-feed disinfectant down people's throats, they will. There is a brutality to Dayz that I don't particularly quite like. I mean, the game itself is hard enough without people going around doing stuff like that. But hey, at least so far there's little or nothing in the way of hackers or hacking. There has been some reports. It's why they had to do the wipe a little while ago and got everyone's character was reset. And it wasn't that they were I think what they were doing is they were calling items into the world that shouldn't be. There are items within the game that are as yet unfinished, so you don't see them in the world, and scripters were looking at the code, discovered them, and then did whatever calls were necessary to bring them in. And this was causing issues, A, because they shouldn't have them, and B, they were causing other people issues by being in the world. They were causing graphical problems and things because they're unfinished. So that's what that was all about. You're not getting bandits teleporting, or hackers teleporting around the map, because the feature of teleport is no longer part of the game. It always has been part of ooh, I suppose I should eat. Yeah, teleport always has been part of armor. Therefore, because DayZ mod is an armor-based game, it was part of DayZ, so you could make the scripting calls. Are you going to let me eat that? I'm really using something. Bloody ridiculous. Let me eat. Thank you. Bugs is bugs, boys and girls. I was reviewing one of my videos and I noticed something that I didn't see at the time. How come I'm down to 0 already? I'm sure I only get that twice. Bugger. Oh well. The gun actually appears in the holster. I know that sounds daft, but all the way through all my experience with Armour 2, Armour 1, Armour 2, I think even Armour 3, I'm not sure, your gun does not appear in your holster, but now it does. Can you see it down there? I tell you, this girl's a bit flat-chested, isn't she? Oh well. We've got a nice vantage like this, always take a look about. I don't think there are many people on this server. No, they're not. I mean, I took a day off yesterday, didn't play, because yesterday was Sunday. Yeah, I've put so many hundreds of hours into this game, I'm not actually sure. Well, I don't think it's up to 100 yet, but I've put a lot of hours in. And, yeah, occasionally you've got to take a break from a game. You can't let it completely dominate your life. There was a point when I was doing the pre-alpha testing that I was putting so many hours in, I was dreaming DayZ. And you know that's bad when you start dreaming about the game you're playing. I went shopping with the missus and we were walking around one of the supermarkets, and I started visualising the other people walking around the supermarket as being zombies, thinking, what would that look like as a zombie? They're like faceless people. Yeah, games are fun, but you've got to remember that they are actually games, and they're not your life. So taking a break occasionally is a good idea. They definitely want you to have gloves, don't they? Right, so we are just north of the airfield. North by about 1 kilometre. Let's have a look at that map again. Let's get out of sight when I look at the map. It might work, mightn't it? So, we're here-ish. Barn, nothing. And I don't have any more map, that's a bugger. You see all these roads? None of these were here before. This main road wasn't here. Basically, when it came to roads, there was this one, this one, this one, and this, and I don't think that one was there. Wasn't there a little town, a little village? There's that village there. I'm trying to remember, you see. Krishna. I thought there was a town over here somewhere. Or am I getting confused? Or have they altered that one? Basically, we used to play a game on Arma 2, long before Dayz came out, where you spawned in up here, and a town would have a red mark around it, and it'd be full of AI, and you would attack the town, destroy the radio tower, and basically, yeah, if you attack the town, it would get reinforced. Helicopters would come over, and parachutes would come out, and more people would come in, and vehicles would turn up. And it had a radio tower. If you blew the radio tower up, they would stop sending reinforcements, and if you killed everybody in it, you took the town, the red mark around the town went, and then another town would gain a red mark. And I always thought, I can't remember it being, that village being the first one. I thought it was up here more. Oh look, what are you? That looks interesting, doesn't it? It's good to have a map. Oh, I've lost it now. Where the bloody hell was it? There. It's on top of hill 262. There's also buildings here. These are probably farm buildings, but that, to me, has all the hallmarks of being potentially a little military camp. 262, so just keep that in the centre of my map. What? Have I? I'm losing the plot. This map jigs about. 262 is on 4053. So if I go across and down, so if I go across to, if I make my way from here, because I'm here, to this road junction, and then just go direct. What's that? That needs looking at. So I'm here at the moment. I'll make my way down this road to this little spur, go directly south to this, and then follow directly south and find that, and have a little look at what it is. We now have a plan, boys and girls. We now have a plan. I'm going to see what I can do about staying in first person for as much as I can. I much prefer playing in first person, but I got into the habit of going into third person, basically for you guys, the people watching my videos, to make them more interesting. The reason why I want to go into spend more time in first person, is because we're going to have these hardcore servers where you'll be forced into first person. If you're going to run, you might as well run in a gully. Well, yeah, so you're going to be forced into first person, and I've got a sneaking feeling that I'm probably going to want to play on hardcore servers rather than servers where you can do this. And anyway, her butt isn't quite as nice as the little blonde girl. So we're going to run along here, head directly south, have a look. I think that was the railway line crossing a gorge, so I think that's the trestle. Haven't seen it in pictures, and we'll have a look at that. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a minute or two once I've got to something a little more interesting. Ooh, you look like a nice little bulletproof hole to hide in. Bum, bum, bum. Is this the one? I think it must be. Think it must be. Compass up south. Ooh, I was told a thing that if you inspect your compass in your... So let's try this. Now, let's put the compass away. Whilst running, you go into your inventory. Hang on. Inspect. Now, of course, I'm in my inventory and I can't twist. Let's try it this way. Inventory. Inspect. Yes. You see? It works. Your compass actually works. In your inventory. In your pocket. That's interesting. Well, I find it interesting anyway. Talk to you in a bit. Oh, here we go. Here's that trestle, a bridge over a railway bridge. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I do like it when they add things like this. That's cool. Nicely done. Very nicely done, Mr. Bohemia Interactive Map Maker. We've got these down on the south coast, but they don't look as good as or impressive as this because, well, I don't think they've got the piers, or if they do have the pier, I don't know. They don't look as good as this. This looks very real. Where the ones on the south coast are a bit... Now, I know I can do it another way, but I like to pull my compass out. So, yeah, like that. That's nice. Nice feature. Features are good in a game like Dayz because it says, I mean, it's all right to say. So you can say to your friends, "Ooh, where are you?" So, well, I'm near the trestle. I'm near the railway bridge, or in the north, or I'm at such and such a place, or I'm near the TV tower. It can't just be down to features in the landscape that revolve just around towns and town names. It's got to be lakes, architectural features, and things like that. Because it's otherwise, where are you? Ooh, I'm in a meadow surrounded by trees. That's not going to help you. We need as many features as we can get, basically. Clouds looking good, aren't they? Yet to see any rain yet. Not had rain. We had it a few days ago. The weather was really windy, but we didn't get rain as such. It looked like it was stormy and grey and overcast. So there is some weather in the game, but not really to the extent where it's going to impact you. Because of course, Armour's always been able to do weather. We had rain. Did we have rain in the Dayz? I remember playing Armour 2 in Operation Arrowhead and having sandstorms. They were great. They were. Sandstorms were fantastic. The visibility was crap. If you didn't have thermal vision systems, you were stuffed. And of course, there's the whole issue of snow. Bohemia also have a division that make military simulators. Well, this is a military simulator, but simulators for the military. They have customers all around the world. It's people like the National Guard in the United States. I know the US Marines use it, the British MOD use it. Many militaries around the world use Bohemia products as infantry training. And one of the features of VBS, it's called VBS, Virtual Battle Systems, I think. And VBS 3, which I don't know if it's out or not yet, but they were demoing some of the technology in VBS 3, and one of them is snow. Procedurally generated snow. Now, people have made maps for the Armour series where there is snow, but what this does is they could have snow here on this map and it would pile up. How cool would that be? If a snowstorm could come across Chernaroos. Because the other thing is that vehicles apparently compact the snow, leave tracks, and can be, well, they use the word mired, can become mired in that snow. How cool would it be if we had snow in Dayz, snowstorm, we got snow on the ground for a couple of weeks and then it melts away. And we could be tracked, and we would leave tracks in the snow, and we could be followed. I mean, how cool would that be? That'd be very cool. No idea if it's coming. But if the engine, and VBS uses the same engine as all Armour games, which is obviously the same engine as this, if they can do procedurally generated snow in VBS, they should, fingers crossed, be able to do procedurally generated snow in Dayz. And at which point, life becomes a lot more interesting. They can already do rain, although I've yet to see it within the alpha. I think that would be really cool. We could have a snowstorm could come in. I think that would be excellent. One of the features, one of the things that came in with, what was it, Operation Arrowhead, was volumetric clouds. Now we've got volumetric clouds up there that look cool from the ground. So they're not painted on. The clouds you see moving up there aren't just painted onto the map. Or onto the skybox. They are actual 3D objects floating through the top, the higher altitudes. I'm sort of hoping. See, there's Devil's Castle up there. I'm sort of hoping that they'll introduce low-lying mist in the early mornings. There was a mission I played some years ago when Arrowhead first came out. That was based in the Chernaroos map, which was unusual because most Arrowhead missions were based, obviously, in Zagabad and the other Afghanistan-like environments. But what he did, he made it really atmospheric by having low-lying mist, patchy mist drifting through the woods. Oh. It was immensely atmospheric, you know. He had the hooting of owls, and he had this and he'd made the mission in such a way that there was this low-lying mist in patches running through the, I think, by the way, it's that hill up there I'm going to, I'm not sure. Low-lying mist and things, and it was so impressive to play that mission with this low-lying mist in the morning. Really nice. I'd like to see that in Dayz as well. Oh well, I'll catch up with you in a minute when I find whatever it is I'm looking for, assuming that I can actually find it. Okay, I think I'm getting a little confused as to where I am. This town has always been here. They have removed a village off the map, I'm sure they have. It's number 5 is my map. Oi, stop scooting about. Because I'm now up here and I have missed what I was going to look at. I've come too far. But I'm sure there used to be a village around here somewhere. Oh well. So that's where I'm turning. So I am currently here overlooking Garugino. I need to go west a little and then north. There should be a large barn in front of me if I head west. Wait, catch up with me. So this should be west. Yeah, this is west. And there's that large barn. Airfield is just like over there at the other side of those trees. So there's that large barn. So So if I head... bit of a lag there. If I head north... number 5... I should be around here at this moment, shouldn't I? Few walls in front of me. Head north. Cross 2 roads. Ah, there's those walls. So, head north at this point. And I think I'll just put it away. Oi, bring it out. That's north. Navigation is so much more difficult now than it was in the DayZ mod, where you could simply, if you had a map, you simply put a point on the map and then you could navigate straight line to it. This is much closer to proper navigation, I suppose. It doesn't help that the compass is a rather ancient civilian compass rather than a military compass with the things that allow you to look at it at night and such. And this business that you can't just hit the K key and have the compass in front of you, I think is somewhat annoying. So this is the first of the 2 roads to cross. So finding things, yeah, if you don't know the lay of the land, I mean, once you've done this 3 or 4 times, you can like say, oh look, there's Dragon Cart. In fact, it's disappeared because the draw distance isn't quite far enough. I sort of wish they still let us put draw distance on, so that we could modify it ourselves. Because I like an even longer draw distance than this. That's a view distance, I mean. Wait, over you go. There's a house over there on its own, which I'll have a little investigate of, if there's nothing here. Because when I came through, I didn't... Was there something there? Or is that ruins? Oh god, I hope it's not ruins. But then again, this is all part of the... This is the second road to cross. It's all part of the exploration thing. Wait, let me past. You've got to explore. You can't just sit on the south coast dodging bandits. Let's not forget that so how long ago did the game come out? It's not even a week now, but I've been playing the game for about 3 weeks because I had the pre-alpha. I have not died by the hand of another player since the game was released. I have only died. Well, I haven't since the game was released. I haven't died. All that happened was my character was wiped along with everybody else. So this is what's here. Ruins. Okay. Just ruins. That's what's on the map. Little seating area. Place for a campfire. So that's all we've got here is ruins. Wait, map. Thank you. Where was I? Oh God, I'm losing the plot. I'm here. And all there is ruins. But, what's that? That's worth a little look. We've got Gruzno, and we've got Devil's Castle, and of course we have the airfield. How many players have we got? Is it worth? Definitely want to have a little look at that. That's the clearing. I can't remember which mod of the mod it was, but there's one of them, possibly Epoch, possibly, where they had a big camp there. So I need to go west, just a little north of west, to make it from where I am here to here. Back in the old days you would have just put a marker on the map. You can't. Not anymore. That's a bugger. I keep on hitting the M button to try and make my blooming thing go away, and it's not... Ah! Bloody frame rate stutters. So, 4 up. So if that's west, I want to go very slightly north of west. Should be that direction. And that should take me to the top of that hill and whatever those buildings are, and we can investigate what's there. I've no idea. Might just be agricultural, might just be a barn, might be military. Who knows? Might be a hospital, might be a tech building. Haven't got a Scooby's what's there. It is a large-ish building. I'm just sort of hopeful, you know. This is all exploration. And it's the top of that hill over there. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. And here we go. 2-story military and a zombie. That's only the second or third zombie I have seen in quite a while. Now here's something. I've traditionally not been very good at killing zombies with a hatchet when in first person, so well, hopefully we can sneak up behind this one. Yeah. But that's the first time I've seen a zombie for quite a while. But here we've got 2-story military. Yes, come for that. By the way, don't approach the gates in the middle, approach them to the left, to the right by a little bit. So we've got a little bit of low-level single-story industrial, some more single-story industrial. Oi! God, Bennett, these frame rate stutters. And we have an unexplored. Ooh. Now I've got some vitamins. Do I need more? Let's eat them. Now inspect. Badly damaged, 1 pill remaining. So let's consume that 1 vitamin pill. It still says I'm healthy up here. Got to be mindful of my water situation. If we look at the vitamin bottle and inspect, 20 pills. So yeah, that's... Oh, and what was the condition? Warm. So let's take that. An EpiPen, don't think I need that yet. Ooh, hello you. Now, that's going to replace my pistol holster. So, I will take you out and swap you on. I'm not quite sure why I'm carrying a pistol, I'll be honest with you. Because I don't think it's a terribly good weapon. Ah, now you take 4 slots and can take all my ammunition. How many slots of my... Oh, well, yeah, okay, that works. So, if I go forward 1 and put you in here, I can now put you in here. Hasn't taken them out of there. And you in there. I really am thinking of getting rid of that pistol. Unless I find a clip for it pretty damn fast. Now, there's ammunition. Oh, come on. And some food. Do I really want a military helmet? I suppose I should, really. Now, you are about as much use as a chocolate chisel without a clip. And there's a clip. Let's examine it, and it's full. So I think we've solved our own problem there, haven't we? Add rounds. Let's put that there, and take out that, and that. Put that back. Do some infantry Tetris. Pick that up to there. Come over to here. Hello, my beauty. Take the Mosin and give it to somebody else. Somebody else can have the Mosin. And I will have you into hands. Thank you. It's not like I shoot anyone, because I bloody don't. But, oh yes, and let's sort this out. I need to get that to there, and that to there. So, number 2 puts my rifle away. Cool. Cool beans. And someone's got themselves a nice Mosin with a PU and some ammunition, because the ammunition should be over here somewhere. Although some of it does appear to have disappeared. But someone's going to have themselves a nice little Mosin when they come along. And I now have an M4, which is pretty cool. The downside, of course, it means I'm going to be running the same weapon as Gaddo when we're paired up. Which means there's going to be the eventual conflict of who gets what ammunition. There's another pistol. Got to take you. Got to take you, because there's a lack of water around. Now, these boots, what condition are they in? Oh, they're pristine military boots. We'll have you. I think there should be a mechanic within the game for like twisting your ankle if you're not wearing boots. Now, something you should always do. Get down on your belly. Look under. Yes, there should be a mechanic in the game for twisting ankles, for running and covering very large distances, which you can see me doing whenever I do. Let's confuse the next person. Nah, let's not bother confusing them. Let them know someone was in there. Yeah, as you run... Ooh, water supply, good. There should be a risk of twisting your ankle. Just think there should be a mechanism within the game. And that should be down to how worn your boots are and how suitable they are for running long distances. I mean, I covered 10-15 kilometres yesterday wearing wellies, and I'm sorry, if you were to run that distance in wellies, the chances of you twisting an ankle is pretty damned high. So, let's have a little... First, drink water. So, hit the F button about 6 times. Don't want to have much more than that. Then, number 3 should bring and a fill bottle. Empty that out of my hands, put that in my hands. This is all rather labour intensive to do this, but it's part of the game. Fill bottle. So that's now full. Drop that one. Put that one in there, and fill bottle. And do we have anything else that needs water? Water, water, water. Do you know what? I haven't looked in here for a long time to see what... Oh god, don't tell me that just disappeared. That would annoy me if that's just disappeared. This happens from time to time. Wait a few seconds. Will it come back, or have I just lost that bloody box? I can't even remember what was in it. I think I've lost the box. I've just... it just arrived. So what's actually in it? Well, I don't need those. Let's have a look. Take that, and... Oh, hang on. Oh, where did that go? Oh dear, I love this game. They say they worked on the inventory control, but I don't think they did. Ruined vitamin bottle. I think we're going to lose you as well. So what else is of high value that I do not want to get damaged? That was pristine. Still is pristine. We'll pop that in there. It's got a battery in it as well. And that's pretty... I'll put that in because that's valuable. And that. And we'll pick this up and put it back here. That pistol, I'm still not sure if I want to keep a bloody pistol. What's the condition of this lot? Badly damaged, worn, damaged, pristine. It's like there should be the ability for your gun to misfire. But by the same token, I think you should be able to repair it. Right. Let's get out of area a little bit and have a look at our map and see if there's anywhere else of interest to go. Is it obvious? Do I actually just do the airfield? Because obviously we're here now. Anything else of interest around? Square building. You see, there's all of this lot that one day will become very interesting, but isn't at the moment. And then we've obviously got all of the airfield to do. How many people on the server? That's not many, is there? Sod it. I think I'm going to do the airfield. Don't know why. Oh, I keep on hitting the M button. Should I do the airfield? Decisions, decisions. Not sure. Not sure if I'm going to risk it. Or shall I go to the castle? Dragon Castle? Might be interesting. I know I could do with more maps. I wish I had more maps for this northern area so I could do better looking about, but yeah, not sure what I'm going to do. Not sure I'm going to risk the airfield or not. But that was a good find, wasn't it? That base. Didn't know that was there. Wouldn't have found it if it hadn't been for the map. If you were relying on your knowledge of the DayZ mod, you wouldn't have come here. But I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on a map, and so maps are cool. I think I'm going to Dragon Castle. I don't think I'm going to do the airfield. Hey, I've got my my M4. I've also got something in my bloody hands. Hold on. Dragon Castle should be up there somewhere. Catch up with you later. So we've made it up to the castle. Have a look at our map. The Devil's Castle, just here. We came from here to here. And we're just going to have a little look around Devil's Castle. Unfortunately, my map doesn't go any further, which is really annoying. I sort of wish it did, but it doesn't. I need more maps. Nothing else of much more interest that I can see. There's another castle here, which I can't remember the name of. If I remember right, that's ruined, that one. That's, yeah, because that's Prud. That's a ruined castle, very little there, although it does say there is a water source. Which is more than can be. Oh, there says there's a water source here as well. That would be interesting to discover whether or not these water fountain marks are actually accurate on the map. Because if that's the case, yeah, that would be quite interesting, because there was, you see, we were there and discovered a fountain, but it's not marked on this map as having a fountain. So, not sure about the fountain marks on the map, because we've been to a place where there was a fountain and it wasn't marked on the map, and we're now going to a place where there is a fountain marked on the map, or a well, but we don't know whether or not it's going to be there. Ooh, have they made changes to this? I don't remember large rock outcrops. Sometimes they've changed things and you can understand why they changed things. All the whole new areas to the north, like 20% of the map. But sometimes they've changed things and I can't understand why they've done it at all. There's a mountain top near, I always have difficulty pronouncing this, Krasnostav, up near the northeastern airport. And they've changed it, so they've gone to the trouble of changing it, but they haven't gone to the trouble of actually doing much with it. If that makes sense. We've got two keeps, one with a high entrance, one with a low. Let's look at the low entrance first. No sign, no zombie sign. Can't remember if this is enterable. I don't know if enterable is actually a word in English, but I use it a lot. And it doesn't appear that you can get in. That's a bugger. You we can get in. By the way, if you often think, why am I getting really bad frame rate in the cities? If you look at that, that is the same model as they use for one where you get in at ground level. Yeah? And the only difference between that one and this one is that one is sunk into the ground deep enough for you to be able to walk in that door at ground level. And I believe, although I may be wrong, the rest of the model is still there. You just can't see it because it's beneath the ground. This is true of all of the houses as well. They can be lifted or lowered into the ground. I think this affects performance because unless they clip away underneath, the computer still draws it. Oh God, I'm sunk. Oh, am I in? Got to look at my feet. Yes, I am. I thought for a second there I was falling. I was going to fall through the floor. Now, last time I was in castles, there was loot spawning, and it was underneath. Oh, and look at it. There it is again. There is loot, but it's at the wrong height, which means there's probably loot in here, but you can't see it. And there's possibly loot here. And there is. There's a crash helmet. And you can't see it. It's as if the loot spawn is coming in at the wrong height. Is there loot here? No. Yes, face mask. See? So if you're coming into a castle, at the moment, it may change in the future, the loot appears to spawn in under the floor. Make sure we're aiming at the right thing, like that. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. You wouldn't want to fall off. Oh, there's a person. Hello, friend. Oh, shit. Oh, well, solves that problem, boys and girls. I met someone and they just shot me bloody dead. Bollocks. This, I suppose, is what happens if you're arrogant enough to say that I have gone since the beginning of the release of the game and haven't died. Back to the beach, boys and girls. Back to the beach. Oh well. I think I'll cut it off there. I think I've had enough of this. You're looking at a black screen and... Or do I do another video? I think actually I will continue. So, respawn it is. All of that kit, all gone. And where are we going to be? It's part of the game. Part of the game. Didn't even see the person. Didn't even look. It is a little arrogant. Please wait. Why am I waiting? Let me back in. I'll cut this off. You're just looking at a black screen. Well, here we are, back on the beach, and it looks like Balota. Yes, Balota. Well, nothing to lose. Fresh spawn. How many's on this server? A fair few. Let's do a quick run in on Balota. I got deaded. It had become, because I hadn't seen another person or even a zombie in such a long time, I had become so blasé. I am my own worst enemy when it comes to things like that. Let's see if we can find ourselves a hatchet. No hatchet. Can't even beat people up with sticks. Has this building been looted? Yep. Although they took their jeans off and got rid of their torch. Actually, that's probably not a case of getting rid of my jeans, but let's get rid of the torch, eh? And it's daylight, so let's get rid of the battery too. And I'm thirsty. Yes, I know I'm thirsty. You always start thirsty, you bugger. Unlikely to find anything to eat or... Oh. Okay, they didn't loot very well. Why do people not loot completely? Isn't that strange? Oddness. Nothing there. Let's have something to eat quietly. I'm not sure, but I think food like this actually gives you a little bit of moisture. I'm not sure. I know dry food takes it from you, but you need to eat and drink pretty damn quickly in this game. And I suppose at least with me dying, it gives you an opportunity to see how I play, to get myself kitted up, and we'll see how it goes. It's just a shame they didn't give me an opportunity to say, you know, friendly, friendly, friendly. They could have held a gun to me, and I can, but it's the way people play. That there's so much distrust in the game. So make out like I'm a bush. I can't believe this hasn't been raided. It's because I don't see any zombies either. Ah, there's one over there. Hello, zombie. Don't want to be going anywhere near bloody zombies at the moment. It sort of tells you that if there are zombies, people haven't been yet, if that makes sense, because they would have killed the zombies. Yes, I know you're thirsty. Shut up. Now, when I was all kitted up, would I have come to a place like Belota? The answer is no, of course I wouldn't. Because I was kitted up. Let's go into the... Let's see if I can find a hatch. Mind you, there are hatchets in there. Which go first? Which go first? Let's do these little buildings first. Really want something to be able to defend myself against zombies. Although it does look like everything around here is going to be heavily looted. Burn up sack. Tape. No, don't want either of those. Crash helmet. I think I'm going to get myself a crash helmet because I'm bound to have a zombie encounter that won't end well. And I'm taking crowbar. Crowbar is not the greatest melee weapon, but at a push, it'll work. The place everyone forgets to check. There's a knife, you see, and knives will open tins. Let's hope the people who came here and looted were actually very well spec'd, because if they were, they'll still leave high-value items. Doesn't look like it, does it? I mean, no one's going to leave a gun, but, well, I've left guns in the past. Wait, let me... Oh, for crying out loud. Yes, I know you feel like having a drink. What are you? Head torch. Don't think I need a head torch yet. Oops, hang on. Check up there. No, nothing up there. What have we got over there? We've got something over there. No, no, and no. When it comes to melee weapons, you want weapons that you can swing. And that's why the crowbar is good, but that's why that is rubbish, because you can't swing it. Don't know if there's any water sources around here. This is part of my problem of coming to a place like this, is I don't know it that well. I'll have the glasses. I'll have the rocket aviators. They don't do anything more than cosmetic, and I'll definitely have you. I now have a backpack. See? Ooh, what's that? Pistol ammunition. See how small it is? You've got to keep your eyes peeled. You've got to keep your eyes peeled. Then you get grass coming through, which really confuses you. So I can defend myself to a certain extent with the crowbar, but desperately thirsty. I need to find a well, and I can't remember if there are any up there. I don't want to have to go to a bloody supermarket. Still getting these nasty frame rate stutters. Can't see if those doors are open from this distance. No, that's not an opening door. We'll have a look anyway. Hopefully we'll find a couple of cans. But the thing to remember about this game is that you do start in a very, very poor state of health. You are thirsty, you are hungry, your health is very poor, you are going to suffer from exposure at quite a quick rate if you are not careful. And like one can of drink is not going to do it. You need to go to a well and drink like half a dozen times. Right, a little closer now, and yes, they have been looted. But in case it's what people think is important or not, and right now everything's important to me. If you think about it, you're wearing t-shirts, jeans and a pair of trainers, and it's so cold. No, I'm not eating rotten fruit. It's so cold you can see your breath. You are going to die soon if you're not careful. Rotten. Backpack out there. Nothing up there. So we have a backpack, purple one. A lot of people seem to forget to come out here. Thank you very much. We will swap it. Oh, it's even got things in it. Someone obviously came up here and found a larger backpack. But for me right now, that's a pretty good backpack. And then up here, because everyone forgets, and you've got to come on. Because this bit of ground is domed, things sit underneath, like that. Hunter trousers, more pockets is good. So yeah, things... See, shotgun shells. I'll take them, but I don't think I'm going to need them. You wouldn't see them. You can't see them. They're under the dome of the roof. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I can tell I'm thirsty. Do need to find water quick as, but you do need to come up onto this roof. There is kit here. I mean, how many times do you think this has been looted by people? And I've already found a nice big backpack. And some shotgun shells. You've got to be better at looking for things than other people, because other people just don't seem to care. Or they see something and see no value in it because they already have stuff that is better. Why am I leaning to one side? Thank you. Sorry, a kinky shadow. Pair of gloves, I'm having you. So let's see what we can find. Has it been completely looted out? Does this actually spawn loot in the way that those ones I found up? There's something there, don't know what you are. Let's get nice and close. Right, buttstock for a M4. Really got to look. Really got to look. You can't... Unless you're being chased by a zombie, you can't do little cursory looks. And you've got to keep your head up and look around, see if there's any other players about as well. Because if I had been more mindful to players and more cautious, that one would not have got the drop on me and would not have killed me. Oh well. Live and learn, as they say. You'd think by now I wouldn't let that type of thing happen to me, but oh well. I'm a little obsessed. I'm a little upset that I lost a character for about 4 or 5 days. See, I didn't see whatever that is. That's more shotgun shells. I've yet to see a shotgun, or I haven't seen a shotgun in ages. I've split. I didn't want to split you. Oh, I've got my backpack in my backpack. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Oh, now damn thing's disappeared. Let's wait a few seconds for it to come back. Oh. Come on. Where's that nice big backpack? And there it is. God for that. Put it on my back, not in my backpack. Bloody backpack inception. Now there should be a purple backpack there that isn't. Yes, I know you want to drink something. You'll get to drink something just as soon as you can. I wonder if there's a well in below to town, possibly. Another backpack. Nothing underneath. Always look here because sometimes there are bits items there. Book, a pair of trainers. That's it for there. Baseball bat. Baseball bat is horrendously bad. I dislike the baseball bat intensely. So nothing there, nothing underneath, nothing on top. Bugger. Do I even bother doing the barracks? 3 barracks. It's unlikely there's going to be anything there, and water's starting to become quite critical. You know, a can of drink might help, but I think you can run about for about half an hour. But you don't want to be going much further than that. I don't know that area at all well, so I don't think I'll be bothering to go up there. As normal I will head north, but I'll probably do Zelena first. Run to the back and work forward. Nothing under there. Nothing on top, nothing on top, nothing there. So, you see? The things you find. Now of these, what do I need? Bugger all. So, jeans. Nothing underneath. Nothing on top. More jeans. They obviously want you to have jeans today. Nothing on top. Nothing underneath. You're rotten. Nothing on top. Nothing underneath. Oh well. Quick look about. Fire extinguisher. Banana, rotten. By the way, I don't remember these being quite so chromy and shiny, but well. Torch, don't want a torch, nothing up top. Nothing underneath. A rotten apple, not having a rotten apple. Give me bellyache. Looks like these, I mean, with the exception of finding that large backpack, these do look like they were well cleared. But you got to look. More jeans. Someone wants you to have jeans. They do want you to have jeans, don't they? What's that? That's a bayonet. See? That's why you look under. It was probably sticking through that wall. If I'd come in here, I would have probably found it, but... Ooh, don't know if you can hear that. My cat's come in. He's after something. Probably feeding. Nothing in here. Right, let's go into the town proper to see if we can find ourselves a well. I can't remember if there's a well in town. I really can't. Back of one of these houses could have a well. Got to keep your eyes peeled, basically. But here we go. You know, I'm not well equipped, but I've got more pockets now than I had before. We've got the largest backpack in the game. I could still do with a hatchet, but look, unlooted buildings. How strange. Doesn't mean there's anything in here, of course. Apart from rotten bananas. Baseball caps. Yes, this requirement to drink is going to get quite desperate fairly soon. I just can't remember where there's a water source in this town. To be honest, it's not one I really explored very much, because if you think about it, you'd go straight past it, straight to the military base, and not bother with anything else. You'll do. Just take the edge off. It won't put me right. You need a lot more than just one can of drink. It might stop you feeling thirsty, or you know, but it doesn't solve the problem completely. Grey hoodie. Okay, so we take off the shirt, put on the hoodie, and where did the bloody shirt go? Oh, this is... I know alpha is alpha, but I wanted to rip that shirt up. I should have put it in the backpack. Now, we could wait a few seconds and have it turn back up, or it's gone through the floor. Ah, it turned back up. There it is. So, let's take the green shirt. In fact, no, let's put it into the hoodie and tear into rags. This is basically so that if I do get slapped, I have a bandage to hand. Yes, I wish I'd paid a little more attention to the layout of the Bolota village, so I was a little better prepared for using it as survival. They want you to have glasses as well, do they? I always go up here. I've never yet found anything in this room upstairs. Every time I've looted this building, which of course is repeated over and over again, never find loot up here, but I come up here all the same. And so we're still on the loot for stuff. Fences. Why are there fences? Blooming things. And if I remember rightly, this door isn't enterable. No, it's not. But this one is. Yes, I know you're thirsty. I'll get you a drink just as soon as I can. Right, white helmet, greenish helmet. I'll keep the green one. And it's this continuing ongoing search for stuff. I'll catch up with you in a second. Yay, we found water. So, mash the F key, in this case, about a dozen times. No longer thirsty. I'm still not healthy, but I'm no longer thirsty. I don't have any way of carrying water, but a pen. No, don't want a pen. By the way, yeah, you look down into these boxes because sometimes they got loot in. Another pen. Could do with a water container. Or could I just do with getting out of Dodge? I'm already, for someone who's like only half hour off, wrong one, half hour off the beach, I'm not doing too bad. I've already got the largest backpack in the game, which is fortuitous. What are you, pristine? Yep, we're having hiking boots. Really don't like the crash helmet. Yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like the crash helmet. I know why you would want to wear it, but I don't know. Maybe I think it's inappropriate. It's a bit like those clown masks. They were quite a lot of fun, but let's head to the base. Oh. Should be up in this direction. Ooh. At least we've got a belly full of water now. See? A much better looking character than the silly baseball hat business. Or wearing a motorcycle helmet. I never much liked wearing motorcycle helmets when I rode a motorcycle. I'm sure as heck not too chuffed with the idea of having to wear one when I'm just running about. So I'll catch up with you later, assuming that I can find the new military base. Talk to you in a bit. Here we go. I was about to do a little speech about random houses, but here's a water source. Now this time, I'll only drink half a dozen times. I don't want to throw up. If you throw up, you like empty the contents of your stomach. By the way, I've yet to find anything in one of those. They used to be great, but at the moment, not. Yeah, you don't want to overfill your stomach, and you definitely don't want to throw up, because if you throw up, you lose everything. Now, oh, someone has been through here. I'll still check, but very often these little random single buildings are quite useful to come and have a look at. There's that wrecked building over there. Oh, come on. Frame rate, sort yourself out. Now, if I follow this road, it should be deep in that woods. Another single random house over there. Might go and have a look at that. But keeping on top of your water is so very important at the beginning. So yeah, my health is still not. I've only had like one thing to eat. Right, that's that village. I want to go that way. Getting myself out of whack by a fair amount. In this valley is a hospital, tech building, and 3 or 4 barracks. I think 4. People don't always find them all. It is a pretty hot place to go to. Next to Bolota is one of the best places on the south to go to get military gear. But there we are. That's the hospital, I think. Let's see whether or not it's all been completely looted. But as I say, even when people loot, either they're not looking well enough for items, or simply they are saying, I don't need that item, and walk past it. In the way that I do when I'm fully kitted and I see another large backpack, I don't bother picking it up unless it's in pristine condition and the one I'm wearing is damaged. So yeah, it's a little confusing as to what you think is important. And just because a building has its doors open and has already been looted does not mean that you won't find anything. Let's have a little look around here. I prefer not to get into a confrontation with a zombie. I can kill them at the moment, but not with ease. So let's have a little look around. What have we got? There's an oddity with this room that sometimes the items spawn out here rather than in it. And with the tech building, sometimes it's worth looting it from the top down rather than the bottom up. Door's closed. So either someone did what I'm doing now, which is looting from the top down, or no one's been in here. Now, if no one's been in here, I'd be very impressed. Now, I got into the habit of looting from the top down because during the alpha there was always nicer things upstairs than down. Always checked roofs. You see, can of food. Thank you very much, you'll do. Don't see any zombies. But then I don't see any people either, and I don't see open doors, like this door's not open. Now this used to be referred to as the treasure room. Because, you know, this is where you used to find your M4s and stuff. Also the top of the school office block, also referred to as the treasure room. See what I mean? Thank you. You're rotten, I'm not eating you. I've found things on that pile before. Don't know why I'm picking up shotgun shells. I will probably dump those. Because shotguns are my least favourite weapon. Given the choice. I mean, I had weapons when I was killed. The only thing I really needed was my axe. And even that didn't help me much, did it? Silly hat? Let's wear a silly hat. Drink. We are definitely finding stuff. It looks like potentially this tech building has not been looted, which is odd. I would have thought everybody who spawned on this side of the map would have made a beeline for it. And no, I don't want to wear a bright white and red face mask. Hatchet, thank you. Splitting axe. Not as good as the fire axe. It's a 2-shot kill on zombies, but it's still better than a crowbar. So we're still on the search for stuff. Oop, rotten fruit, not eating you. Nothing up there. Now we looked in here before from the outside, didn't we? And we didn't see that. Let's hide somewhere and have a little eat. Now, can I open that? No, that swaps. That. Open canned baked beans. No, it's gone down to 78%. You lose some because you're not using a proper tin opener or the bayonet. That's the NATO bayonet. The NATO bayonet has a tin opening function. You can't open a tin without losing some of the tin's contents. I'm working, of course, towards the idea of getting that healthy sign up there. But at least I now have a hatch. Actually, let's sort out my quick bar. Let's put that to there, put the hatchet to there, so I can bring it out with speed. Now it's a case of finding the... I've got to go do the hospital. No, yeah, the hospital and the barracks. I think the barracks are more important at the moment than the hospital. We'll see if the barracks have been done, because there's a distinct absence of zombies around here, and the barracks has been done. So they did the barracks, but they didn't bother doing the tech building. Either that or they closed the doors behind them. So the same routine as before. We look up. Now this is one of those situations where you've got to just look at it and take it. Yeah? You can't always use your infantry the way you'd like. So either somebody completely missed that the ballistic helmet, decided they didn't want the ballistic helmet, or didn't know how to get it off the top. Not quite sure which. But you got to keep your eyes peeled. You've got to come in. You've got to look in there. I found things on this trough. So let's do the hospital. As I say, the complete absence of zombies sort of tells me that this area has been well looted. That looks rotten. It is. Yeah, these doors are open. So but this door isn't. Now, why isn't this door open? You didn't know this was an openable door? Oh, come on. Let me... Thank you. Now, I will... What is that? Ah, it's the alcohol, isn't it? Oh, come on, let me take it. Thank you. And what you do with the alcohol is... Doopy-doopy-doo. Clean rags. So, those rags... Wait, let me jump through, thank you. Those rags are now cleaned, so that if I need to use them... Now, I don't know if that's a short-term thing, I'm having you, just in case. I don't know if they actually work on broken legs, but I don't want to be stuck with broken legs when I don't need to. Yes, the cleaning of the rags. I don't know if the cleaning of the rag is a long-term thing or a short-term thing. Does it mean that my rags now are completely clean forever, or will they become infected over time? In other words, do I need to use the alcohol on the rags just before using on a wound? Don't know. But that's how it works anyway. I've disinfected those rags. You find things along here sometimes when it hasn't been looted already. someone did come out onto the roof, but did they search properly? Not seeing anything. Quick look about. Those are the barracks I did. No, don't see anything up here. And down we go. Off to the next lot of barracks. Odd combination of slopes and steps in that area. So that's the barracks we did. And this is the barracks we've got to do. So there are 4 in this area. And people... Ooh, this one hasn't even been... Well, it looks like it hasn't been done. Odd, why would you do one lot of barracks and not all of them? Because you are an ACOG scope, and you are... Worn. Worn is okay. We can live with worn. Nothing underneath. Anything up there? Oh. Stupid being blinded by light when you're inside a building is a bit daft. Rotten fruit. Nothing up there. Hello, M4. Thank you. Now, that is worn. Pristine. Oop. Gatto wants me to come on TeamSpeak. Give me a second. I'm now on TeamSpeak with Gatto. Gatto, turn your mic on. Bloke asked me onto TeamSpeak and he's not actually on TeamSpeak.
User disconnected from your channel.
There he goes. He'll be back in a second. He gets this sometimes. He's got to leave and come back.
User entered your channel.
Hello, Gatto.
Hello.
Recording at the minute, just to let you know. But, yeah, I just got slotted about an hour ago.
Alright. Nice.
Yeah, lovely. Where was I? In the castle. Dragon Castle. Oh, I can see it, but what is it? Sorry, I'm trying to see something. And it's in the middle of the top of the... Oh, I'll never get that. Middle of a locker. So, right, I am... hang on. I am... oh. One day I'll stop doing that. I am the military base south of Zelena, the one with the hospital.
The new one.
Yeah.
Alright, I am all the way to the north. You know where the train rail ended? Train line?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I am. At that construction yard.
Well, I will head generally north, but obviously as I'm rebuilding, I'm going to have to loot my way north.
Yeah, take your time, make your way towards somewhere. I'll do the same.
Did find something interesting. A new little 2-story military that I wasn't aware of, just north of the airfield. If you remember when we played Epoch, I think it was Epoch, where there were all those traders and you used to buy and sell things and smelt metal.
Yeah.
Right there is a 2-story military. So that might be worth a stop. Yeah, I was playing and making a film, trying to, or, you know, making a movie for people for YouTube, thinking, oh, I won't want to go there. It's too dangerous. When I went to the, you know, I won't do the airfield because it's too dangerous. I'll go have a look at the castle. And I was in the castle quite happily demonstrating to people. It was another M4. Quite happily demonstrating to people that there's a problem with the castle loot, that it's under the ground. And so I was looking with my face to the ground, taking a step forward, my infantry open, and yes, things were popping up, and then I looked up and there's a pair of feet, and I thought, I just managed to hit the key to the talk key, local chat, to say, hi, I'm friendly, and bang! Yeah, that didn't go well.
Yeah, he was. Alright, give me a sec, I'll be in a minute.
No point picking up a weapon that's not in better condition than the one you have. Ooh, you're nice and camouflaged. And you're black. Camouflage is better. Oh. There it is. Ooh, it's actually got more or has it? No, it's got the same amount of pockets as the black one, it's just a better colour. Haha, hello. Right, so, and it's full. So, where's my pistol? Let's move you to there, pistol to there, that to there. There's a method in my madness. Not quite sure what that madness method is, but I think we can get rid of all these shotgun shells. What are you? You were pristine. They can go, and they can go, and you can go because you don't open anything. Oh, I forgot about this. Hang on. That to there. Oh, hang on. I've got to swap it with that. Yes, swap it with that. So, now, you beautiful thing, you. Let's try and put you on T.
Okay, I'm in.
Well, I've actually got an M4 with an ACOG as well. And one clip.
Not bad.
Considering I've only just come in, I mean, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it's maybe 40 minutes or so. Big backpack, a canteen, just the one, but I've got a pistol with clip, with ammunition. I have an M4 with clip, with ammunition, with an ACOG.
Where did you spawn in?
Balota. And the thing is, some of these areas have already been looted, though.
Yeah, I had the same the other day. It's kind of like, or it respawns, or because it restarts.
I know these places have been looted.
A lot of people already have a M4, and a lot of people don't look carefully enough to see the mags.
I can hear a zombie, but I can't see him. I'll have my I'll keep my hatchet out while I look for. Ah, there he is.
I had the same the other day. I spawned in. Within the hour, I was fully kitted out. I got shot, but I thought, you know, it only took me an hour.
Yeah, I think it's it's less than an hour for me so far, and I am reasonably well kitted. I have a little bit of food, I have a water container, and I'm in a rich area.
Yeah, well, it's less painful if you get shot if you're only playing an hour and you're already full.
Yeah, I mean, my other character, how long has it been
like,
since
yeah.
the wipe? It's been about 4 or 5 days, and that's probably represents about 20 hours gameplay. But it was my own stupid mistake. If I'd become so complacent that, I mean, I saw one zombie in the last 3 days. The only player I've seen is you, and prior to seeing this person who shot me with a pistol, I had only seen one other player, and they turned out to be friendly. You know, it wouldn't have gone well for them because they didn't know you were outside, but even so, yeah. I'm hearing some absolute horror stories. about on Reddit and things of what people are doing to each other. Boxing matches, taking people prisoner, forcing them to drink poison, stripping them naked, taking their blood. It's all quite horrific, really. You can now put, well, I don't know if it's actually started yet, but they're working on it, putting burlap sacks over people's heads, and cuffing them.
That's just cruel.
It's not really the type of game I want to play. It sounds incredibly brutal. You know, it makes me... Oh, there's another M4. But yeah, it does seem like it's a different game to the game that I'm playing. Because I don't appear to be playing that game.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's very odd, as I say, that's not the game I'm playing. They're playing something else. And on that note, catch up with you later. So we're going to wrap the video up. We saw a bit of the north, we saw some new things up there. I got myself killed because I'm an idiot. Because that's what happens in this game. But I've respawned, but here I am. I'm almost as well kitted as I was. Okay, my axe isn't a fire axe, but I do have a nice M4 with an ACOG on it. And I've come to the place where I always used to despawn, except for it's changed. These are my rocks, and they've changed them. I'm a little disappointed. I think what they've done is they've raised the ground and the rocks have stayed at the same height. But these are my old rocks that I used to always camp at back in Dayz mod. And I'm going to log out here because I've got to go do some real world stuff. And Gaddo is on his way down, so he's also going to log out at the rocks. Now, this sort of brings up the subject. One of the things that I used to like very much about camp making in Dayz mod with a couple of tents is the map is so large in Dayz, if you've got a friend that you want to play with regularly, you really want a regular place to log in and out of. So if you both come on and say, let's go play some Dayz, when you log in together. Or you say, you always know where you log in and out. And if you log in and out in the same place and then like branch out into other directions. Personally, I wouldn't choose this as a log in, log out location anymore, partly because if we do get tents, these rocks aren't large enough to hide them, where they used to be. And also, because so much more of the map in the north is interesting and is going to be interesting, you'd want it's not a very centralised location, you'd want to have yourself based a little further north than Zelenogorsk. But we used to have like about 3 or 4 tents in this area, so that if you died, you could just force march straight from the south coast up to the tents, re-equip, and from here we used to go to Bergina, which is about as far away as you can go at the time. We used to go to the North Airfield, we used to go to Stary, we used to loot in and around Zelena. Of course, Zelena is now a lot more interesting because it's got its own military just up there, which wasn't there back then in the days of the Dayz and back with the mod. But yeah, it would be nice to have tents back in DayZ so that we can have somewhere to call home, so that you've got a base camp, so that you and your buddies can always log out in the same location, so that when you join the server you're all together again, even if you're playing independently. Because there are days when I play when Gaddo isn't playing, and there are days when Gaddo plays when I'm not playing. We're playing at different times. But if we all logged in and out at the same spot, at times like now when we're both saying, you know, come and join, where are you? I'm at the rocks at Zelena. Bingo, you know where you are. And when you both spawn at the same time, you both spawn in next to each other. So camps, we need them. I don't necessarily want to go to the enormous camp building malarkey that we had in some of the expansions of the mod. Also, but what I have seen, remember when I was mentioning the VBS thing with the snow? One of the other VBS things I've seen is putting a bunker in. You're really got to have a look for those VBS 3. Do a search on YouTube for VBS 3. And have a look at some of the things there, because what can happen in VBS can happen in DayZ because it's the same engine, and although it's a different division within the same company, it is to all intents and purposes the same company, and the technology from one can be transferred to another. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to shoot off and go and do some real world stuff. Gaddo is currently on the server making his way south. I think he said he was north of Vibor at the moment, so he's going to take a good 40 minutes to get here. I might be back by then and we can carry on playing. But I'll leave it there for now. I've probably got a good hour or so recorded, so that's going to be another monstrously long video, and I will talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, later. Bye bye.